Okay. Okay.
I'm pretty glad you said the only thing I was, but I don't know if you want to even talk about it, is the cemeteries. That's the only thing I had. Me and her talked about them a little bit the other day. I've been checking them as I can find them, and
Yeah.
it takes me a little bit.
I'm not clear which ones are on the bid, because I've never been shown where they all are, so I don't know.
I haven't either, but what I did,
Larry and
there was a list
Dad
that,
and Paul did it.
that Paul Philbrick had made up, near as I could tell, and that was the list that I printed out the other night. And Tommy's got copies of all that, and the map.
Yeah, in searching the desk up there, I found the same map that he's
Same
given me.
thing, yeah.
And I've been, but I'm not familiar where they all are, so it takes me a little bit. I mean, sometimes it takes me an hour and a half to find one, because you gotta go through people's.
Gotta get in touch. We gotta, over the next whatever months, get a hold of Steve Woodman, different people that do know.
Right.
And I would like to get them GPS'd, because the new system that E911 has, which one of my classes I ended up taking, I got to see it in action. It's really kind of a neat system. Everything's online, and you can actually mark your cemeteries right down to the GPS coordinates. And that would make it easier for anybody. Just grab a GPS and go.
It's hard, you know what I mean? You don't know what you're looking for. And
Yep.
some of them you gotta go through people's driveways around the back of the house, and
Yeah.
but I've been trying to find them, and I just like I can't until I figure out where they all are. It's gonna take me a while to check them. That's the only thing I really have. So I just want to let you know I'm working on it.
Couple things that I have. Did you get a chance to check on the ditching thing there yesterday?
Over her house, I did. It looks like there's a windrow that just needs to be picked up from the plow.
Okay.
From where I can see, I actually know the ditch pretty well because that's where Jeffrey crashed. So it's just a little windrow on the side of the road that needs to be scooped up from looking at it. So
Okay.
I'll get it taken care of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then mowing bid for the sides of the roads.
Yeah.
Where are we at on that?
And it's got to be drawn up. Am I drawing that up? I got to draw it up. All right, I'll draw it up. And do I draw up the paving one too? I knew you were working on it one time, then it switched.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll draw that up.
It shouldn't be that hard. It's just got to get done. I mean,
No,
take the ones from last year
from
and
last
change
year
it.
just changed a little bit. No, it's not big. I'll get right on that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check with you. I wasn't sure about that. And
Yep.
I was working on the cemeteries and I was trying to find those. So.
Yep.
And, did you guys get the PO for the shouldering of those couple roads? Did you happen to?
I think there's some we might have missed the other
Right.
night. 'Cause
Those
the chief
are
was
there.
asking too if we'd done his.
Those are in there for shouldering the edge of the paved roads that we just paved.
Okay.
So get that done so it's not a hazard to people driving along. So that's all I have.
While he's here, can we talk about the cemetery, seeing as you gave him time to do that? Well, I had actually talked to several people who are willing to go and clean up the cemeteries, and I had spoken about it before, and kind of the word volunteer was laughed at, but they're willing. There's 9 people total. Some are willing to do some cemeteries, others are other cemeteries, but we identified like 12 or 13 cemeteries and I do have the list. I can actually bring you a copy next time if you want it, if you don't have it, but I do have the list, and none of the cemeteries that people are complaining about are even on the list. So at any rate, what we were wondering, I spoke to Tom. Tom really, kind of like me, didn't understand why it fell under his jurisdiction. But so anyway, I did pull the state law, and I think I sent it to you. I don't know if you if you printed it out or read it or whatever. But
I'm quite familiar with it before you sent it to me.
yeah, okay, because on it says right on it that the It explains public burial ground. It says that the municipality or its caretaker is responsible, basically, and especially if there are veterans' graves in it. It outlines the responsibility of filling in if there are graves that are sinking more than 3 inches, which I can tell you a lot of them are. It outlines, telling how many, 3 inches or more It has to be filled in, maintaining proper height and orientation of the headstone and monument marker, ensuring that inscriptions on the headstone are visible and legible, which I can't see the town replacing people's headstones, but that's what it says here on the line. Ensuring that the average height of the grass is at a grade level site is between 1.5 to 2.5 inches, but no more than 3 inches tall. Keeping it free of fallen trees, branches, vines, and weeds, and keeping a flat grave marker free of grass and debris. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's actually in there, and I can't see Tommy even having time to deal with all that, to be honest with you. So my misunderstanding is why the selectmen couldn't create a committee. I know that it was mentioned about filling out a citizen's petition and getting it on
I don't know about that.
the ballot, but from what I understand, you don't have to. And I had talked.
You guys got my emails today. You've seen the emails from today. I copied you guys on it to legal. So I've got a question in right now to the insurance company.
Yeah.
Wondering if we're covered, and volunteers and things like that
Yeah.
are covered.
Yeah.
Because MMA also does insurance. There are very few big companies that are big enough to do municipalities, but Maine Municipal does insurance
Right.
as well. And what they're recommending a lot of times is an additional rider for volunteers. So
Okay.
it's not always a straight coverage type
Okay.
of thing. So I don't know where we stand, so I'm trying to get that answer. The second one was I sent to legal today, was exactly that. Establishing an ad hoc committee, appointing members to that committee.
Okay.
That committee would have to elect a chair, and that chair should probably be responsible to the Board of Selectmen and come in and that's probably the direction that this should go.
Yeah, my thought was that somebody on the historical, we ought to get in touch with somebody on the historical society, or somebody like Steve Woodman,
Yep.
and somebody who's familiar with the graves and with who's buried where,
Right.
and elect somebody that's like that. The board elect somebody like
If
that.
they want to be involved, a lot of
Right,
people
we'd
involved,
have to
at least
find
pick their
somebody.
brains.
But yeah, exactly. And
The other thing is that like I was just saying a couple minutes ago, that the E911 system is going from paper to electronic by the state, 100% electronic. And one of their options in there with their mapping is cemeteries. You can mark your cemeteries.
Nice.
So, and they can use GPS coordinates to mark them. And so, I mean, it's connected to Google Earth. So, like for houses, you can zoom right down in and get the side view.
Right.
Well, so you kind of can do that. I mean, you won't be able to see cemeteries, but at least you'll be marked in the woods. And like you can put notes, like you were saying, how do you access it? There's a road. So we're looking at things that will make it better, but there's steps to get there.
Right.
Now, part of what you're talking about or been talking about is cemeteries that haven't been identified to us until just
Recently.
a month ago, month
Right.
and a half ago. Okay, so we never budgeted that money to take care of those. So all day long, I'm not afraid of the state coming down here and telling us what we need to do because we've identified and took care of the ones that we knew about. So the next step would be somebody to complain about the 24 that we just found out about, but we haven't budgeted the money for it.
Right.
But we are aware of them and we are taking steps to take care of them.
Right.
for the
I just
future.
wanna. I'm not about spending money for this.
Oh, I
I'm just
understand
telling you
I'm
that.
all for
I'm not
volunteer.
about spending money on this. It's not. I don't want to
All
become
for
a
it.
town
And
employee.
I spent hours last
you know.
night researching, so I'm ready. And it's one of those things that there's steps to a process. If we throw things willy-nilly together, it's going to fall apart.
Correct,
So
I
let's
agree.
put it together the right way.
Right. I do want to tell you, like, I wasn't being. I just want to make double clear. I wasn't being rude, but the law, specifically says that once they're identified to you as
Yep.
being in the town and being out of repair, there is a deadline of 14 days before,
Yep.
somebody's got to get down here. I'm not about holding you guys to 14 days because I know it's near impossible. You can't throw a committee together.
Right.
But, also some of the people that I had talked to said the only people coming on my property is the assessors and the code enforcement officers. But the state law clearly gives people
Whatever.
taking care of cemeteries and people who are going to visit cemeteries.
And that's where I feel more comfortable. Not a
Right.
bunch of volunteers like we kind of discussed the other night, but actually, and I'm waiting for legal, to give us a little clearer definition, but it makes sense. An ad hoc committee, a committee that's been appointed by the selectmen, Now that they're representatives of the town actually going to take care of the cemeteries, which is what the law says.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. They have to be appointed. You're absolutely right. But I just wanted, I talked to Tom and I said, like, how come you got stuck with it?
Well, that'd be
He's
a
like,
thing.
I don't know. He
It
said,
would take it off. It would take it off road commissioner's back.
right, and he's
if there
got
was a
enough to
committee.
do.
And
So-
and we got bigger issues as well with one cemetery association taking care of it, and then we were looking at Prospect Hill possibly taking that on, in the future. So, like I've said before, I can foresee this being a department of some sort. It's going to get that big very quickly on us.
We have a lot of cemeteries here in town, and there were a lot of people that went from this town to the Revolutionary War and the
Absolutely.
Civil War and the 1812. I mean, a lot of people from this town went, and
Absolutely.
they deserve to be taken care of as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, that's what I have, and so I'll sit on that and wait until I hear more from you then.
Yep.
Thanks.
Working on it. Yep. Anything else that you guys got? John?
Oh, I do have one more question.
Yeah.
Did you ever figure out the money that was
I haven't.
coming back? I figured you were busy with the cemeteries when you said that.
I'm trying to, like I said, find cemeteries that I don't know where they are, and it gets awkward when you get into people's driveways. And
Yeah. Well, the thing is too, like we finally got signs for assessor. We didn't have those till 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have signs on the side of your truck that say road commissioner right now or something
Yeah,
like
somebody
that.
came up yelling at me there because I'm trying.
They don't know who you are.
I'm trying to find a cemetery around the back of the yard. They think I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like a robber.
You never know. You know.
And go up in through somebody's window.
So that's that. No, I'm trying to get that down. So
Yep.
all right,
I'm good.
all right. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Tom.
Tommy.
Have a good
Appreciate
day.
it.
Actually, pretty close from Andy. Actually, I was looking because I got quite a few.
Would you like to?
While you're waiting for Mandy, I have a question. The last person that I knew who had the Boston cane was B. Lord. Who?
Nope.
Nobody since her?
Yes, there has been.
Who would that be?
Mrs. Bernier. Can't remember her first name. Had to
Bernier?
ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we awarded that a year ago. I think it was.
Who is it?
A while back, that's for sure.
You were on.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay.
Back in the winter.
Bernice
Oh, I see.
Bernier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cindy. I forgot to
I
ask
have
that.
another
Would you
question.
like me to go check with Andy and see if she's available?
I guess this originally came from Penny Ward. They're having a dedication ceremony of the Gully Oven on August the 9th. Are you aware of that?
no.
Well, there's no communication now. Well, I spoke to John Bozak this afternoon, and they're having a small ceremony to rededicate the Gully Oven to B. Lord Elementary Blood
Yep.
on August 9th.
Ninth.
They're having the 4-H Clover girls participate, and
That's a Sunday.
2 p.m.
Andy is busy and she has requested if we could, she'd like to go. We had her written down for 5:30 also.
Yep. So be later.
If she'd like to do that later.
Yep, that's fine.
So are you asking them if they're going to go, Sandy?
No, I
Oh, are you
don't
just
know if
telling
they
them?
were aware of it.
No, I wasn't.
They had put Mandy down for 4:15, and she said 15 minutes wasn't enough, so she switched with Sue at 5:30. So she'll be in at 5:30.
5, you mean?
Whatever time.
Okay.
Can Sue come in now?
Yeah, let's see if Sue can come
You
in.
want me to see if she's available?
Yeah, well, it's going to be tough for either one of them because they cover in the front, but
Right.
I know.
And actually, they're both
I was going to say
busy
if one's
at
busy,
the
they're
moment.
both busy. So.
Yeah, they are.
All
I
right.
don't know what's going on. Sue's got somebody in the office, maybe
In her office?
in that
In
Christine's office. Yeah.
Christine's office?
Yeah.
I'll see if she can come in.
She got somebody in there.
You weren't here, and you said Claire Henderson's husband. Claire Henderson's husband passed away this morning.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like a general
Yeah.
assistant.
That was quite impressive.
Yes, she only found out the result yesterday, but she said it was aggressive and
Too bad.
yeah.
I missed you now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty good. You're true Neville.